guys, welcome to another episode of Gluten-Free, the life for me. Today I'm going to take you through what would be my typical gluten-free pantry. Here are just a few of my favorite staples that I like to eat on a daily basis. To start, we have Canadian Bakehouse's gluten-free, heritage-style honey white bread. Now, most gluten-free breads are gummy, a little starchy in taste. This one, you wouldn't even know it's gluten-free, and that's what we're all trying to achieve on a gluten-free diet. Next up, we have what would be my typical breakfast every morning. And this is Gluten-Free Harvest's gluten-free organic rolled oats. What separates this brand from the rest is that it's owned by a family of celiacs. Now, the whole processing of oats to make oatmeal is typically made next to other wheat or gluten type grains, including wheat, barley, and rye. This, however, goes through a careful process and it sorts out the oats to make sure that no errant grains are found within them. So I'm definitely okay eating those and won't have any sort of flare up should I eat them. Next, we have a new brand that I've decided to try. I'm a super big fan of bagels and was really sad when I found out I couldn't eat at my favorite bagel shops anymore. I tried some of the brands that were gluten-free and they just weren't comparing. This, however, is Odd Bagel. It was formed in 2013 and is based in California. It almost tastes like a soft pretzel, which, you know, isn't like your typical bagel, but it's still extremely delicious. So I'm really glad I found this one, and I'm actually going to have it tomorrow to trade for my usual oatmeal for breakfast. Next, we have Good Health's gluten-free pretzels in the sea salt variety. Now, I'm going to show you one because the packaging is kind of deceiving. I thought they were going to come smaller, but no. They're a medium-sized pretzel. Delicious, crumbly in texture, fabulous. Now, this wasn't the first gluten-free pretzel brand I tried. I actually started off with Snyder's, and those are super crunchy, and even some of my friends who aren't gluten-free prefer them over the regular pretzels, but this is definitely one that I'm going to stick with in the future. Next, we have one of my alternatives for breakfast, and that's Van's gluten-free waffles. Now, this brand also comes in regular gluten-filled varieties, but the gluten-free ones taste almost no different, and they're extremely delicious. This is the blueberry variety, but it also comes in apple cinnamon, home style, and they also have gluten-free pancake option as well. Can't go wrong with a little bit of real maple syrup. No Aunt Jemima for me. Then, if I'm ever feeling pasta, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge pasta person, I would go with Bonza, which is a chickpea variety and a gluten-free option for pasta. Now, this one is just a penne form. Penne's not my favorite, probably farfalle, which is also bow tie, is my favorite since childhood. And normally I would just cook this up if I was feeling kind of lazy and throw it with some marinara sauce. So that's a good choice. Then we have my other go-to cheat meal, which is the microwavable rice pasta and cheddar from Annie's. Now, Annie's makes obviously regular, not gluten-free macaroni and cheese, but it was really nice to know that this was an option because sometimes a girl just wants her macaroni and cheese and she's not going through the trouble to make a whole homemade batch. So this one's good. And it comes in a 7-pack variety. Not lastly actually, but gluten-free cones. So here's the thing. I'm an ice cream fanatic and I just don't think it compares when it's in a dish. So I gotta have my cones. But unfortunately, at most ice cream places, the cones aren't gluten-free. Guptill's, which is a nearby ice cream place that's only open this summer, actually does have a gluten-free option, but most places don't. So when I go to a gluten-free ice cream place, or when I go to an ice cream place, I ask for it in a dish and then I later put it on a cone in the car. And then lastly, we've got peanut butter, because who doesn't love their peanut butter? Peanut butter is one of my favorites, and yes, most peanut butters are gluten-free, but this one has to be my favorite because it's organic, has no palm oil because no one needs those preservatives in their life, and is delicious. Now, it has oil separation at the top, which can get kind of annoying, but it only adds to the fact that it's natural and good for you. So here is just a little insight onto what I eat on a daily basis, and quite frankly, it's delicious. Hope you tune in next time. Bye!